and welcome into To Our Health. We're starting a whole new year, and hopefully it's going to be a healthier year. I'm really excited. We've had her before, and Pam Green is coming to us from Baptist. I'm going to let her give all of her credentials. They're amazing, but our goal is to make you healthier and actually to help you help yourself. And we really want you to pay attention, because you know what, there's some things you can't change, but there are a lot of things you can.
Right.
And Pam, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am Pam Green, and I have been working at Baptist Health for over 30 years, most of which have been in the Diabetes Center, because that's where I enjoy my work. I find a lot of positivity there in helping people navigate how to keep themselves healthy when they have diabetes. So I'm a registered dietitian, and I have a special certification in diabetes. So I'm honest with people, and I say, I don't know anything else, but I know that, and you can ask some questions if you want to. And so I am all about making good choices so that you can improve your health.
Well, let me ask you this. I know that so many of our friends and so many of us, we all talk about, you know, it's easy to gain weight, but it's hard to lose it.
Very.
But obesity is just, that's one thing, and weight is one thing, but your overall body and what you put into it. Give us some ideas on what is the healthiest way for us to try to eat.
So, like you said, that is difficult because the culture in which we live, we're busy, we don't take the time to cook or get the foods anymore, and so it makes it just a little bit harder. But I would tell people, look at what you do overall. I would tell people to make goals of actually cooking at home a little bit.
Okay.
Because when you do that, usually there's less calories involved, less sodium involved, and you control the menu. So making a goal even to, hey, I'm going to cook 2 meals a week instead of eating out all the time.
Okay.
That could help one. And then small portions. You know, just moderation if people would do that. We want a heavy vegetable, non-starchy vegetable. We tell people eat all of that group that they may like.
Now, what vegetables are we talking about?
So those are what we call freebies in my world of diabetes. Those would be broad categories: crunchy things, leafy greens. So it would be green beans, broccoli, cauliflower, peppers, onions, mushrooms, salad stuff, cucumbers. It is a large group, and the reason that we're pushing it, it's plant-based.
Okay.
Plant-based has generally very little fat, very little sodium, very little cholesterol. They're low calorie, they're low carb, they're full of fiber that helps us in many ways.
Great.
And full of vitamins and minerals that we can't replicate in a good old pill. So we like people to eat a lot of those.
Is it true that like your body assimilates and uses more efficiently the vitamins that you get from all of these vegetables you're talking about than it does in pills?
I guess it could some, but I think the way that God created those vegetables and fruits, we still don't know exactly how to replicate that, because He did just a good job.
I agree.
And the way that we eat it, the way it's put together, I guess it could be, like you said, our body probably appreciates and could assimilate those things a little better than some of the supplements. We have good supplements, but plants-based, you really can't go wrong with that.
Okay. All right, question. There's so much about meat. Red meat, fish, pork.
Right.
Give us some guidance on what is the best meat selection.
So usually what we're looking at is lean meat, because not many people can tolerate the extra calories or the saturated fat that would affect our cholesterol adversely. So when we talk about meat, if you do eat red meat, we do want to keep that limited and choose lean pieces. Certainly take the skin off your chicken and your turkey. That's where a lot of the fat lies.
Okay.
And you're going to bake, broil, grill most of those meats. But again, everything in moderation. The United States tends to be a large meat eating culture.
We are.
And so in generality, we could improve our health perhaps by cutting back just a little bit on the portions of our meat, maybe, and give that to more vegetables. But I am not at all saying don't eat meat, because protein really builds our muscles. And a lot of people, some of our elderly population may not be getting enough protein. You know, they're not fixing it or not getting it, and we need to keep everybody's muscles strong. I would say, you know, my age, we tend to eat a lot. We tend to eat a large piece of meat. So for that population, maybe a little bit less.
Okay, and give me 3 good examples of lean meat.
Okay, so absolutely your chicken, your lean chicken, and fish and turkey. But even I don't want to. Lean pork, like a loin chop.
Okay.
The word loin, L-O-I-N, and round signifies a leaner piece of meat.
Okay.
Now,
what about in the red meat?
Even then,
okay.
Loin and round, a leaner cut, but leaner cuts mean a firmer, tougher meat, so you have to be careful in the manner that you cook it, not to dry it out.
Okay.
Fat is wonderful because it makes a juicy meat and a tender meat.
That's true.
And so when we take that away, we have to be careful in our ways that we prepare it, because nobody wants to chew a tough piece of meat.
I agree. Well, we're gonna come back and talk more about this and some other categories.
Sure.
And folks, we'll be back next week and we'll talk about some more of these things. Thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for being with us, and we'll all try to get healthier, and we'll be right back.